Hello, good morning. Have a good day to you all. Today, also, I will read the story of the Dhammavara in the Dhammavara book. Today, I will read three stories of Dhammavara. The first story is the story of Thera Dhammika. The second story is the story of Dhamma listeners, and the last one is the story of 500 visiting Bhikkhus. The first story is the story of Thera Dhammika. While reciting at the Jedavana monastery, the Buddha uttered verse 84 of this book with reference to Thera Dhammika. Dhammika lived in Saudi with his wife. One day, he told his pregnant wife that he wished to become a bhikkhu. His wife pleaded with him to wait until after the birth of their child. When the child was born, he again requested his wife to let him go. Again, she pleaded with him to wait until the child could talk. Then Dhammika thought to himself, it will be useless for me to ask my wife for her approval to join the order. I should work for my own liberation. Having made a firm decision, he left his house to become a bhikkhu. He took his subject of meditation from the Buddha and practiced meditation urgently and diligently, and soon became an arahant. Some years later, he visited his house in order to teach the Dhamma to his son and his wife. His son entered the order and he too attained Radhaship. The wife then thought, now that both my husband and my son have left the house, I'd better leave it too. With this thought, she left the house and became a bhikkhuni. Eventually, she too attained Radhaship. At the congregation of the bhikkhus, the Buddha was told how Dhammika became a bhikkhu and attained Radhaship, and how through him his son and his wife also attained Radhaship. To them, the Buddha said, Bhikkhus, a wise man does not wish for wealth and prosperity by doing evil, whether it is for his own sake or for the sake of others. He only works for his own liberation from the round reverse, samsara, by comprehending the Dhamma and living according to the Dhamma. Then the Buddha spoke in verse as follows. For his own sake or for the sake of others, he does no evil, nor does he wish for sons and daughters, or for wealth, or for a kingdom by doing evil. Nor does he wish for success by unfair means. Such one is indeed virtuous, wise, and just. This kind of story, the story of Dhamma listeners. While residing at the Jedavana monastery, the Buddha uttered verses 85 and 86 of this book with reference to a congregation of people who had come to listen to a religious discourse in Saudi. On one occasion, a group of people from Saudi made special offerings to the bhikkhus collectively, and they arranged for the some bhikkhus to deliver discourses throughout the night. In their locality, many in the audience could not sit up the whole night, and they returned to their homes early. Some sat through the night, but most of the time they were drowsy and half asleep. There were only a few who listened attentively to the discourses. At dawn, when the bhikkhus told the Buddha about what happened the previous night, he replied, most people are attached to this world, only very few reach the other shore, Nibbana. Few among men reach the other shore, Nibbana, all the others only run up and down on this shore. But those who practice according to the way expounded Dhamma will reach the other shore, Nibbana, having passed the realm of death, samsara, very difficult as it is to cross. The last story, the story of 500 visiting bhikkhus. While residing at the Jedhavana monastery, the Buddha uttered verses 87, 88, and 89 of this book with reference to 500 visiting bhikkhus. 500 bhikkhus who had spent the water in Kosala came to pay homage to the Buddha at the Jedhavana monastery at the end of the water. The Buddha uttered the following three verses to suit their various temperaments. The man of wisdom, leaving the home of craving and having nibbana as his goal, should give up dark, evil ways and cultivate pure, good ones. He should seek great delight in solitude, detachment, and nibbana, which an ordinary man finds so difficult to enjoy. He should also give up sensual pleasures, and clinging to nothing, should cleanse himself of all impurities of the mind. Those with mind well developed in the seven petals of enlightenment, Bujinga, having rid themselves of all craving, rejoice in their abandonment of attachment. Such men, with all moral intoxicants eradicated, and powerful with the light of Arahata Maganyana, have realized Nibbana in this world. That's all today. I already finished reading three stories of the Dhammavada in the Dhammavada book. Okay, thank you all for your listening and your attention to my reading the story of Dhammavada. Thank you all. Have a good day.